Hi, Leela Viss here. I want to tell you about a pain point that I have in my studio. I want my students to learn about music history and composers. And I really like the Classics for Kids podcasts, but I had a hard time getting those podcasts organized in a way that I wanted. I wanted a certain order. So I decided to use Google Slides to help me do that. So if you decide to step into these flashbacks with me, I'll just give you a rundown of what's included. So first of all, you'll get a one-page PDF that pretty much tells you everything you need to know about flashbacks. So just in case you're interested, a flashback is an interactive way for your students to step back in time and connect with music styles and composers of the past. And these flashbacks organize popular Classics for Kids podcasts and select YouTube videos, and then also my color-coded infographics. So included with your purchase of this flashback, the 20th century flashbacks, you'll also get color-coded infographics. Now, of course, not this big, but you can print them this big. I also have some itty-bitty ones as well. So your choice what you want to do with those. And then what's also included, and that's what I like about this, it's interactive and it's a little non-digital and off-screen. It's using good old-fashioned paper and pencil and markers. So every student is asked to choose a template right here. So I've got all different styles. I've got circles, squares. It's basically their choice what they want to use. And as they listen to the podcast and learn more about the 20th century from the infographic, they start filling in their one-page report and they can draw and doodle. Studies show that doodling helps you remember and helps you listen and focus just a little bit more. So this is just one example of many of the students and what they've been doing as they listen. So they're actively listening. All right, so I'm going to step you through. I'm going to share my screen so you can take a look at what's all included here. And I'll first go to the slides so you can see what those look like. So here is my very first slide with a Bitmoji. Yes, they're kind of popular right now. I want to move this over so that you can see it just a little bit better. And so activate listening and motivate future composers at home or off the bench. That's what's really neat about this Google Slide setup is the fact that I can share this with my students with the little share button right over here. So I get that link and then I can copy and paste that into an email. But I like to copy and paste it into Tonara because I'm using Tonara. So that's an easy way to share the assignment, especially for my students who are still at home and not taking lessons in person with me. I've got all the sneeze guards, we wear masks, all that kind of stuff, but I have a hybrid studio. So this works either way. And then as I move forward through the slides, you'll see that I give a little taste of the artwork, which is kind of fun because then they can always be inspired by the artwork in their one-page report. So yeah, art went kind of crazy during the 20th century, as we all know. And then the very first artist that I feature is Scott Joplin. And I know he just sneaks into that 20th century, but I wanted students to learn about ragtime and because so many of them recognize the entertainer in Maple Leaf. So here is where they learn about Scott Joplin. This is my little room that I've set up. And when they click on one of these numbers, it will take them to a podcast. And I've ordered them because I want them to listen to podcast number 1 first, and then 2, 3, and 4. So that's the order that I want them to listen to. And then when you click on these pictures, it will take them to videos of some of Joplin's most famous pieces. And maybe there's something fun when you click on the kitty cat. So there's just, it's a fun, interactive way for them to access different links to the podcast and YouTube videos. And then I also feature George Gershwin, and here's his room. And I've got my little Paris hat on. I don't know if you'll catch that or not. And then I move over to Aaron Copland, and I had fun making a cowboy room with all that. And then, last but not least, I thought I better hit on the Beatles. And so here is my slide for the Beatles. I was kind of happy with that one. It was a lot of fun. I don't know if everybody will get that, but yeah, there I am on Abbey Road. Now, there are so many other composers, and this page doesn't even have all of them that I could have included. So there are links to podcasts for each of these composers as well. And then I just kind of wrap it up with reminding students, add as many facts as you can to your one-page report, draw some doodles that maybe look like 20th century art, and then make sure you tell your teacher who your favorite composer was and why, and it's just a fun way to discuss those different things. Now, I'm going to also stop sharing my screen, and I'm going to do it one more time so that you can see what's included. So here is the flashback PDF that you'll get, and it has some information on what to do and tips for using the slides. And I'd love to hear your comments and experience with those. And then I'll show you the next one, where here is the one-page style period and one-page composer information. So as your students are writing out their one-page report, they can always look here for some ideas of what they can include. So that's also part of the product. And then one more thing is the infographic. And what's neat about these infographics, I made them in different ways. First of all, the bright green. I follow Karen Cox's color coding for music history. 20th century is green because so many things happened. So many styles took off and grew. So think green and grow. And if you don't feel like using that much green ink, I've got a lighter version. And then I have a black and white version that you can use. And then the last one is a blank version where your students could have fun filling in what they remember about the time period. So I hope that helps you understand a little bit more what's involved with these 20th century music flashbacks. If you do have any questions, please leave them in the comments below the video or contact me at elvis@me.com. I'm on Facebook at LeelaVis88 Piano Keys, and I'd love to have you join me on my newsletter and on my Instagram page. So hang with me and let's have fun exploring the music from the past with our students. Okay, take care.